guys doing? Hope you're doing well out there. I'm gonna make a video, and I'm gonna probably play a few minutes of it, but I want to read you this passage, and it's called "The Modern Baal Worship in Theaters." Read this article to you after you play this video. In this in this video, I'm gonna be quoting a couple scriptures from. Not gonna read the whole thing, but just the scriptures you can find. It's gonna be in 2 Kings 21:9 and so on. And this is what people like Jamal Bryant, Pastor Jamal Bryant, and many others are in the church doing. And even the young brother that shout out to that his channel broadcast. But this is consistent with talking about the election and what Pastor Jamal Bryant got to say. And then I'm going to go ahead and play the video.
But y'all, today we're gonna be talking about a video from Anton Daniels. Now, I just want to sit here and say this: punk ass Brandon Jamal is a sorry ass excuse of a pastor. I'ma just go ahead and point that shit out right now. That Negro is a poor excuse of a pastor. This was the saddest display of clownery I've ever seen in my life. Boy, if you go to this man's church, I feel bad for you. Listen to this shit.
Be careful, because people will try to offer you stuff that is not commensurate to your value. They will try to give you what they themselves would never accept. They want you to accept a joke about a watermelon on a black man's head and say that they were just playing. But never.
What the fuck this nigga just said? Wait, whoa. What?
Man's head and say that they were just playing. But never any jokes about leprechauns or four-leaf clovers. They want you to accept an attempted insurrection on Capitol Hill on January 6th.
Look,
but
they
are threatening
bitter.
to pull
They
out the
so
military
mad.
on those who march for Black Lives Matter.
Why in the hell are you talking about politics in church? That shit still eludes me. Why are you motherfuckers still talking about why did y'all even start talking about politics in church? I remember this shit from when I was a kid. Why y'all talking about politics in church? Ain't that against the law? Like it's a certain bill that keeps politics in church separated. Why is this shit in church? And on top of that, you allowed the demon on your damn pulpit, Negro, so shut up.
They want you to accept the dividing of families in the largest threat of deportation of immigrants, even if it divides mothers from children, and they said babies in cages will be a glorious day. They want you to believe that the smuggling of fentanyl has been from the Mexican cartel, but they will not tell you that the majority of those who have been arrested have been white males.
Who is importing fentanyl into the country, you stupid numbnut? I swear this Negro look like a damn milk dud. Sit your clown ass down, nigga.
They want you to accept that you're going to receive more money when Trump was not responsible for the stimulus check in the first place. They want you to get excited about getting a tax break, but you don't qualify. That's for about getting.
Look who you don't see much of. That's all I'm gonna say. Look who you don't see much of.
Man.
This pandering ass, lying ass. really fucking do.
This is a black break, but
this is
Negro,
the black
you
church,
don't
y'all.
qualify. That's for folk that's making over $400,000 and you $50,000 or less. Talking about make America great again.
Meanwhile, your dumbass got a whole damn Armani suit on in a church, and your members driving around in a damn Toyota Camry. Meanwhile, you driving around a Rolls Royce. I don't trust no damn pastor in the church. I don't.
And Negro, when was it great?
We gotta talk about him on After Hours.
They can
real.
give it.
I want y'all to hear the whole message.
Take it. But you gotta be careful how you treat God's people, because the last will be first and the first will be last. I don't know.
Hey, hold on. Is that Ike and Tina that eat the cake? Oh, hold on. We gotta play this. Well, before we play it, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, because we had a phenomenal live stream on the Patreon for the Bag Chasers. Real substance that allows for you to be successful and you can actually capitalize. We did a live stream and it's up for you guys to be able to restream. We did a live stream for you guys to be able to capitalize off this upcoming presidency and actually get the bag. I can't believe how bitter Jamal Bryant, Democrats, and the black church has gotten to where they are now using Anime Eat the Cake and they're leveraging their hate for Trump in our country and identity politics in order to justify their loss. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I will tell you, and I know that this is the part of the uncomfortable conversation that people don't want to have, but I will absolutely positively tell you that some of the most, not only because racist people come in all colors, shapes, creeds, sizes, genders, so on and so forth, that the black church preaches more hate and against masculinity and is totally, in most black churches such as this right here, is totally against the will of God, so much so that they will go against their own best interests. Let me tell you something. He said the last shall be first and the first shall be last, and then he started to equate it to tax breaks and Trump and so on and so forth. Let me ask y'all a question. After all of these years of supporting Democrats and this liberal agenda, what they've given you is tying you to the federal government in order to remove you from your home so that they can feminize your kids. This liberal agenda that, and if you've ever, and I'm going to continue to hit on this every single day that I can, if you guys have the opportunity, go and look at what the process is for removing unwanted babies in the form of contraception, abortion. Go and look it up and see what the process is, and then you tell me that it's of God. They want you to support somebody that marched in a pride parade while they got all of these sassy men leading choir inside of their churches, and they have an assault on masculinity, and yet they want to cloak it in justification around why they didn't vote for Trump, when in reality they are some of the most liberal, racist, sexist, and division, warmongering, hateful people that you will ever see in your entire life. Go to a black church, listen to the message, and tell me that you come out of there feeling more and more like you are of God than if you just walk away and then go and study your Bible on your own. I gotta see what this Eat the Cake anime section is.
Where y'all are, but all my haters, I wanted you to know, eat the cake, anime, eat the cake. When it is that God puts his foot down, you don't know who God is gonna bless. You don't.
Notice he only used one scripture. He don't go down through scriptures like most people who read the Bible, who's supposed to be the priest that stand over an altar, the pulpit, where it's this most intimate moment where the Spirit of God dwells to give the man and his angels dwell to give the message to the people. Notice Jamal Bryant don't do this.
church store and you don't know who God is going to use.
Maybe he can use you.
Genesis
On the back of the
25.
church.
In Genesis 25, Jacob said to his brother Esau, I know you are hungry, but if you give me your birthright, I'll give you Campbell soup. And a lot of fools fell for it.
Then correct it. That's not the way it's meant for Lord.
Genesis 25, verse 31 through 20.
Are you a parent looking to earn online and want to spend more time with your children?
Verse 31 through 20.
Read, Jay.
30 to 31. Okay, hold on. Genesis 25, verses 30 to 31. Hold on. Hold up. Let me share. Let me do something right quick. I hate false prophets. Hold up. Let's do this. Let's go to 20. Verse 20. 25 to 31. Let's do that. Let's actually get a full context of what the Bible says. The first twin was born with red and color and covered in hair. The second one was born unto Israel. Grow as a skilled hunter, while Jacob preferred to stay at home in the tents. Isaac prefers Israel because he likes his Venice, but Rebecca preferred Jacob. Jacob cooks a stew, and Esau comes in from the fields famished. He asks Jacob for some stew. Jacob demands some birthright in exchange. Dude, what the fuck is it? Hold up. That's, bruh. This is why I don't take these people serious, because he's preaching the word of God, but he ain't actually preaching in the right context. The shit that you're talking about doesn't even refer to Genesis 25, 30 to 31. It doesn't even refer to it. So what is this nigga talking about? But I hate false prophets.
Man.
A lot of people sold their self-worth and their self-esteem in this election cycle. 18 million people did not vote at all. The Latino community, even after being stereotyped as murderers and rapists and being disrespected by calling Puerto Rico as the Latino community, even after being stereotyped as murderers and rapists and being...
Was it the Latino community? It was the incoming migrants, the criminal migrants that were coming and doing that was getting labeled like that. What is this nigga talking about? What the... See, this that bullshit, man.
Being disrespected by calling Puerto Rico floating garbage, went and voted in...
Let me tell you how evil... Hold up. Nah, before Anti even talks about this, wait a minute. What did did Trump say about Puerto Rico?
If you feel lost when it comes to stock trading and you're looking for guidance, listen up. Here at University of Options, we give.
Trump rally comedian doubles down on Puerto Rico joke after backlash. I apologize to absolutely nothing, to nobody. The Trump campaign distanced itself from the joke at the time, saying it does not reflect the views of President Trump or the campaign.
People missed that part.
Hold up, whoa. So it wasn't even Trump.
Nope.
It was Tony Hinchcliffe.
Right.
Hold on. The pro-Trump comedian who faced backlash for his joke about Puerto Rico during a campaign rally for then presidential candidate Donald Trump last month said he wouldn't apologize for his jokes and lashed out on social media for trying to slander him. He addressed the uproar over his comedy set on the latest episode of his Kill Tony podcast, which released Monday night, recorded the day after Trump's Madison Square Garden rally on October 27th. Last night I gave a speech. I don't know if you've heard about it. The speech was about free speech, believe it or not. I'm currently under attack. I am the news. I refer to Puerto Rico, which currently has a landfill problem in which all their landfills are filled to the brim. I guess I'm the only person that knew about this, unfortunately. Wait, so it wasn't even Trump that said this shit. It was Kill Mike that said this. So why the fuck is people? This is funny. This is how uneducated people are. It wasn't even Trump that said it. It was the comic that said the shit. He even said it on his podcast. He said it. So why is Trump? So why are these people fucking? Bruh, this right here this is some damn nasty work right here.
The black church is and Jamal Bryant is public enemy number one because he is absolutely blaspheming and mocking God. Let me tell you how evil this guy is, right? He will remix what was actually said because Trump actually didn't even align, nor did he. When Trump sold out Madison Square Garden, okay, in order to, have one of his rallies,
and I just fact checked that shit too. I just literally fact checked it right here on the video, right here, Fox News, right here, says it right here. You don't believe me? Let's go back to Google. USA Today, News Speaks. Well, no, Politico, Newsweek, they got it wrong. CNN, The Guardian, BBC, the BBC. That sounds so fucking wrong. They got to change that. New York Times, PBS. So Trump, bro, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
Human resources is vital to any company, so
Let me stop right here, and I'm going to read you with this article about Baal worship and how it connects it to Jamal Bryant. And I'm going to basically read you the scriptures And when you hear this letter, when you hear this passage, you're gonna see people like Jamal Bryant, Kirk Franklin, different individuals, how they fit this. Okay, what is Baal worship? Why is it so popular? It's a mistake to think that Baal worship is some kind of otherworldly practice that never happens today. On the contrary, it happens all the time in the form of cultural variations of the same general patterns that's seen in 2 Kings chapter 21 verse 1 through 9 and 2 Kings 17 chapter 17 verse 7 to 23. We know that there are usually lots of people gathered, often on a high hill like a theater or stadium, to observe public sex, just like you see in the movies and television and on the internet. Numbers 22 and 41, 1 Kings 12, 25 through 33. We think that we're watching these things is different than the idolatry of old, but it's not so. When the whole community come out on pagan ideas and success in crops and fertility were promoted, just like Business of Salvador promotes unbiblical ideas that justify the worldliness of his. He wanted to use cannabis to attract men into the church. That's one of the things. The wicked personality promoters, which he did, and performers, which he brought on, were respected and given platforms like rock stars, Hollywood people that was during the time of the election that came with Kamala, some of them, and great dancers like Britney Spears and Madonna, while others were great musicians like Mick Jagger and Paul McCartney. 1 Kings chapter 15, 12, and 14. In our day, people who go to our church to celebrate celebrities, which he does, and many people like him. It should be doing the opposite. Psalms 101 verses 3 says, "I will walk in my house. I will set no wicked thing before my eyes." People danced around a sheriff pole, which was nothing more than a phallic symbol. It was quite possible for poles functioning somewhat like poles that we call gentlemen's club. You know how some people I'm sorry to say it, in some black churches, which he is right, they've done is they have women do some kind of thing and they start dancing provocatively, and this is happening in the black church. Anton was right about that. And the people also acted out lustful, lasciviousness, broadly seen from enjoyment, all who came. Isaiah 57, 5, verses 5 through 8. Deuteronomy 23 and 17. There are all different kinds of sexual experiences displayed, including men and women, men with men, which he don't mind is in his church, in all combinations popular today in sitcoms, movies, news reports. On the top of that, they invite the crowd to participate. 1 Kings 14 and 24. The children who were the real losers, though some of them actually sacrificed on the altar of sex and success. True, they met with Hollywood. 2 Kings chapter 16, verse 3, verses 4. To participate, you had to reject your children, which the Democrats does. Does this remind you any one of the 48 million babies in the U.S. who would have been aborted on the altar of convenience immortality? Baal worship, in reality, corresponds exactly with the activities that most people freely precipitate today. They do so without understanding the nature of idolatry, for idolatry is simply the enjoyment things raised up against Christ. The people who involved because they like the excitement of the liberty in business, but plus the music was great and the intent was exciting. Believers in Yahweh were conflicted. They did not agree with everything that was happening at the parties, but had a really hard time giving them up because they really liked the social aspect and did not want to be thought to be weird by their neighbors. It does not is that how we have it today? 2 Kings 23, chapter 23, verse 7 through 20 talks about people like Jamal and these other pastors like William Todd, and when he's doing the campaign. So Anton again is right, and this is describing, and I'm using this article, which is Baal worship, clearly modern Baal worship. And don't they have modern stadiums like this? Don't they have modern stadiums and living rooms? This is what's going on. And let's go back. Let's go. Furthermore, the professional success and networking with parties dependent in attendance. If you quit going to these parties, you will not be able to do the business like before. Your network will dry out. The guys and promoted high places demanded support. Therefore, to support high places, support the guild. The guild. Support was based on the participation and financial contribution. It was all tied up in the rules doing business like modern HR policies regarding diversity. Anyone who questions activity end up on the wrong side of public opinion, like Elijah, Ahab summarized, and the attitude people had towards Elijah. Is that you, O troubler of Israel? And he answered, I have not troubled Israel, but you and your father's house have, and that have forsaken the commandments of the Lord. 1 Kings 18 and 17. So therefore, the people that follow Jamal Bryant and consider him, he's a priest, right? In our day, he's a pastor, right? That's a pastor is a significant of a priest back in that time. So so he's bringing in, and let's look at some of the violation as a pastor / priest in his own personal life that been made public concerning. He's been in 3 marriages. All his wives are living. He didn't do it by the Bible, and there's other things that tie controversial to him, out of wedlock children. But yet, rebirth, people under rebirth who is under that curse. And then what does that say about the people in the congregation? Don't you know Satan? He don't even know Satan is using them, and the people don't even know. But they so caught up with the tongue, and with his tongue and with his and he knows that. And he's going to be in trouble for it.
Human resources is vital to any company, so continuing to evolve with the time to...
You can't make this shit up.
They had a comedian who he didn't know and he didn't associate with, but they booked him as a form of entertainment. Same way they had Meg Thee Stallion twerking up there for Kamala Harris. And a comedian made these tongue-in-cheek jokes about every demographic, but then people wanted to leverage it and take the sound bites in order to justify and say, oh, no, that's Trump that said that. Trump never said it. Right. This is what they want to do in order to influence you, and y'all got to be able to do your own research, read between the lines, and study the word. The word will never go against itself. The word will never go against itself.
As you read your word.
When he was asked, I'm going to do a whole new review. I ain't even going to tell you when he was asked and what was going on, but I'm going to do a whole review video on it. I wish I was aware that he was on a certain podcast. I would have pulled up, but we going to get there. But listen to him. Listen to how they spew this hate, and then they cloak it in the name of justification and church and God, and he going to raise it. How come black people still so far behind and they in last place, but they've been Democrats their entire life? That's what I want to know. When they going to raise you up? Generation after generation, just like the children of Israel, they never got to the land of milk and honey. There's people that come over here and beat black people all day long, and y'all still talking the same old.
record numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, white women even threw their support, realizing that they would have no authority about decisions over their bodies. Contrary to what the news did in trying to separate our community, 78% of black men voted and did the right thing.
Look at these simps.
Why he clapping his hands like that? Like, listen to, like, look at this shit.
And did the right thing.
Look at these simps.
Why he clapping his hands like that? Bro, he clapping his hands like he got some sugar in his tank. And hold up, Brandon Jamal, don't he preach in Atlanta? Where's Brandon Jamal's, Jamal Bryant, goddammit. Damn, I said Brandon Jamal. Where is Jamal Bryant's church? That nigga is in Stonecrest. That nigga's in Stonecrest, Georgia. Hold up. What's the name of the nigga church? New Hope.
In this video, we will show how to convert your website into an app for Android and iOS in just 2 minutes without writing.
So that nigga church is New Hope. That nigga's on the outskirts of Atlanta. So you know he got a bunch of damn sugar booty niggas at this damn church. Boy.
Look at the simps.
The reality, what we found out this week is that some people in America couldn't get over their own misogyny because they would rather have a clown than have a queen. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today, and I want to salute and celebrate.
Did this nigga just say clown versus a queen?
Yeah,
And
Queen
she
of
not
Bell.
even a black woman, but you motherfuckers been preaching that this broad's a black woman. So I'm supposed to listen to your goofy ass in this fruit booty ass suit you got on with all these damn simps in this damn church, and not one bit of masculinity up in this bitch, but I'm supposed to listen to you and be outraged? Nigga, please.
The most consistent voting bloc in America since 2016 has been black women. And black women showed America on Tuesday, I would rather starve to death than elect a fascist, racist, rapist, misogynist dictator who has no respect over my womanhood or over my community.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the divisiveness, the simping, and the reason why black men are leaving the church. If you look in this background, aside from that over circle in the upper right hand corner, if you look in the background, you can see what the look of the black church is. If you look in the background, you can see the demographic. He's speaking to his demographic. This is Umar Johnson on steroids. Umar Johnson on steroids with a church congregation and a Bible behind him, right here, right there, right now.
This is why I don't go to church no more. Because instead of actually listening to actually understand the plight of a lot of black men and what a lot of black men are thinking and believing, they rather fucking insult the shit out of you. Instead of shutting up long enough to actually understand why black men did what they did. And the state of the church, matter of fact, when I was at my uncle's funeral, The state of the black church was even worse then. Was worse, was still bad. And that was for a funeral. All I seen was a bunch of soft ass dudes. The fuck is going on my computer, man? My shit lagging like.
And let me end it right here. You know, he made a good point. And see, the Most High God didn't want men to leave the church. He's trying to bring the men back in the church, to bring proper headship in order to the church, as far as the black men, and like other men in other churches. But it's people like Pastor Jamal cater to that Jezebelic spirit. That's the reason why. And like he said, they produce feminine men. So guess what? The feminine men, you know what the feminine men in the Bible were? They were the eunuchs. And you know what made the feminine? Because Jezebel would have their organs below them be castrated, so they wouldn't have the feelings towards women. This is what we have. Is clearly is daylight. Now you see how the Old Testament, and what does Kamala Harris trying to do? What does her vice president try to do? He put they call him Tampon Tim. They were trying to make eunuchs in our present day. What did she try to push more often? More so the puberty blocks of young boys and young girls. What did she try to do? To unalive babies. That stop generation from whatever God's purpose have for the little ones in the earth. On the medical thing. And the Democrat went to this. They did this at a rally in places like Chicago. Not only did they did this was even told. Even a woman, and look, you can look this up. They brought a clinic on wheels to a Chicago high school where predominantly the girls was. This is out there on trying to get young women to get clip. This is agenda, and the thing about it is. What if one day the young lady decided she meet the right guy and they want to make a family together? Now her inside is messed up because of her previous medical procedure, as they want to put it on these social medias. Now they can't undo that. She meets the right guy. And she feels hurt because now she's looking at other women with their babies and stuff like that. There are women out there that medically can't have children. But why don't Planned Parenthood address that if it's about medical issues with women? There are women that can't even have children. They have something going on in their system. That you would think that would be about. No. Why is it so much about? So you can go out there and fornicate, get mostly unattached. Guy hurts your feelings. You decide on emotion to, or maybe you meet the wrong kind of guy that wants you to do the unliving. You can get to know his character. And there's the consequences to it. There's the consequences to women, and I'm going to play it on my next video. One brother on his channel shows what the woman went through, hearing the screams of little ones after she was working in one of those clinics. But they make you think, and she tells her story. This is what the Democrat Party want to do. if you don't have no future. And different groups of people, races of women, know in some religions know not to do this. The Amish people know about this. The Mennonite community know about this. The Hispanic community know about this. The Muslim community know that that's something that we don't do. I don't know about the Hindu religion. We might have to ask them. So that goes against the religion. You see how they're doing? You see the agenda of Jezebel? She got sacrificed in our modern day. Under medical procedures. Now, do people, like I said, it's a sad situation. Some people do get SNR. But they said they left it down to the states. It's not going to be a federal ban. It's left to the states. Even if something like that would have happened. But otherwise, that's not what it's about. Do stuff happen to women? Yes. But it's not happening in high magnitude of women. They're getting SNR. The statistics will show you. Randy K brought out the statistics. Shout out to his channel. Shows you had an actual report. He's a Christian channel. It shows you how many people out of SNR had got pregnant out of it, and out of infant incest. It's not high numbers. But women being manipulated. And once that procedure happened, you have all kind of medical, then the real medical issues tip up. Hear the testimony of the women. You need to hear the other side. You're just hearing one side of this medical procedure. Hear from the women and tell you the ones that did and what the outcome came. It wasn't pleasant. And then on the one video that I'm going to play later on, the woman said that she went with women she hemorrhaged after the unaliving procedure. They don't want to tell you about that, do they? That's coming up on the next video. This is the reason why I'm against it. But yet, they'll put a copyright, but they don't tell you the mindset, what happens to the inside because the baby has the connection with the woman. Do the medical tell you about that? The psychotic part that plays on a woman after that procedure is over. She thinks she's free, but she's not free. She's going to. There are women that said there are doctors and nurses out there that when they was working in those clinics, they can never sleep well again. They heard babies, crying babies, being tormented for the rest of their life. And she said till this day she still can't get that out. Is the medical journal going to tell you about that? Probably not. This video probably won't get that many views. That's why I'm about to get off this social platform, because they believe in squashing the truth. Thank God Donald Trump's coming in to alleviate that. As far as that, you have freedom of speech. But you can't tell your other side of what's going on when it comes to these issues like that. They just want to tell you one side, here's what the doctor said, but they don't tell you the patients and testimony of patients themselves. There are people even said themselves what they had to suffer. But it's out there. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to make this video. But yeah, he's clearly, and he promoted her, brought her on the altar to promote the agenda. You tell me if he's a Baal Prophet or Baal Priest. Take care. See you on next video.